This story isn't really just about a paycheck. It's about a number so huge, so astronomical, that it sparked a full-blown corporate war inside Tesla. The prize? Well, it's only the largest executive pay package in human history. This is a fight over money, for sure, but it's also about power and a really fundamental question. What's the right price for a visionary?
So let's start with the number that's causing all the commotion. $139.2 billion. Just let that sink in for a second. To give you some context, that's more than the entire annual economic output of a lot of countries. It's a figure so big, it's kind of hard to even wrap your head around.
And that, of course, leads to the big question, right? How on earth does one single person earn this much money? Is this a totally deserved reward for some unprecedented success, or is it something else entirely?
Now, let's be super clear here. We're not talking about a simple paycheck. This is a complex all-or-nothing bet that's been on a wild ride. It was approved by shareholders, then dramatically thrown out by a court, and now it's at the heart of an even bigger, even more audacious proposal.
To really understand what's happening today, we have to rewind the clock. We're going back to 2018, when this whole saga kicked off with a plan so ambitious that a judge would later call it unfathomable.
The deal at its core was pretty simple. Elon Musk would get zero salary, no cash bonuses, nothing. Instead, he'd get the chance to earn massive stock options, but, and this is a huge but, only if he grew Tesla to absolutely incredible new heights. It was a massive gamble that would either make him one of the richest people in history or leave him with absolutely nothing for his work.
And just look at the sheer ambition of this plan. It wasn't just about small gains. It required Tesla's market value to skyrocket from around $54 billion to $650 billion. Plus, he had to hit a whole series of really tough operational goals along the way. And you know what? Against all odds, he actually did it.
But just as Musk was about to collect his massive reward, the whole deal was suddenly thrown into jeopardy. A legal challenge popped up, setting the stage for a really high-stakes showdown in the Delaware courts. This timeline really shows the legal whiplash that was going on. So, the plan gets approved by shareholders back in 2018. Then, boom, in early 2024, a Delaware judge just strikes it down completely. But wait, by the end of 2025, the state Supreme Court brings it back from the dead, basically arguing it would be unfair to leave Musk with nothing after all that work. That phrase from Chancellor McCormick, an unfathomable sum, it really captured the shock of that first ruling. She argued that the whole process for approving the deal in the first place was, in her words, deeply flawed, and that just set off a total firestorm. And this really gets to the heart of the legal tug-of-war. The lower court was focused on stuff like potential conflicts of interest on Tesla's board and whether shareholders really knew what they were voting for. But the Supreme Court, they looked at it differently. They decided that wiping out the entire package just wasn't a fair outcome after Musk had already delivered on his side of the insane bargain. So, with that original 2018 plan stuck in this legal mess for years, what did the Tesla board do? Well, they didn't just sit around and wait. They decided to go all in, proposing a brand new, even more gigantic performance plan for 2025.
I mean, just look at this comparison. If the 2018 plan was about taking Tesla from a $54 billion company to a $650 billion one, which was already crazy, the new plan is about going from $1 trillion to an almost unbelievable $8.5 trillion. The scale here is just breathtaking.
The stakes for getting this new plan approved by shareholders were so incredibly high that Tesla pulled out all the stops. I mean, they even made a video featuring their Optimus robot to teach investors how to cast their votes. It was a move that was, both very futuristic and frankly, a little bizarre. But not everybody was impressed. A really powerful group of major investors started to organize, and they were arguing that this wasn't really about performance anymore. For them, it was about a dangerous lack of oversight.
So you had this coalition led by the super influential New York City comptroller, and they sent out a letter to other shareholders telling them, hey, you need to vote no on this new pay plan and on several board members too. This was a direct challenge to Musk and his leadership.
Their case pretty much boiled down to these core complaints. They argued the board is packed with Musk's friends and family. They said he's stretched way too thin running SpaceX, XAI, and all his other companies. And they claimed that some of the new performance goals were actually, in their words, vague and undemanding. Basically, they saw this as a massive payday for what they considered a part-time CEO.
And this chart really visualizes their main point about the board. According to their analysis, a huge chunk of the directors have deep personal and professional ties to Elon Musk, which, they argue, completely compromises the board's independence.
But here's the real kicker. The ultimate fear for these investors was all about control. If this new plan goes through and all the awards are granted, Musk's voting power could jump to almost 29%. That would effectively give him permanent, unchallengeable control over the company's future. And to them, that was a really dangerous concentration of power.
Okay, so all of this is leading to a truly historic possibility. This isn't just about a massive payday for one guy. It's about the potential creation of a whole new category of wealth and a level of corporate power we've never seen before.
As of early 2026, Elon Musk's estimated net worth was already creeping up towards $800 billion, making him by far the wealthiest person on the planet. But even that mind-boggling figure was really just a stepping stone.
Think about this. If he actually achieves the goals in this proposed 2025 plan, he wouldn't just be the richest person in the world. He would become the world's first ever trillionaire. That's a milestone that would literally rewrite the definition of wealth.
And just to put that in perspective one more time, $1 trillion personal net worth, that's like one person owning the entire economy of a country like Switzerland or the Netherlands. It's a fortune on a national scale, all controlled by a single individual.
Which brings us right back to that fundamental debate we started with. Is this an obscene transfer of wealth made possible by a weak board? Or is it the only way to properly incentivize a one-of-a-kind innovator to create literally trillions in value for everybody else? The answer is going to shape the future of Tesla for sure, but maybe even the future of capitalism itself. So I'll leave you with this. What is the right price for a visionary?